Hello, welcome to our YouTube channel. My name is Sarah.
And I am Kayode.
We are glad to have you here. And to our new viewers, kindly subscribe to this channel. Here we talk about family, relationship, and marriage matters. So to our new subscribers, please turn on the kindly subscribe and turn on your notification button. So whenever we post any content here, you are alerted that, oh, these guys have posted something. Let me go watch. Let me go listen. It can just be something I need at this moment in my life. So welcome, and to our returning subscribers. Thank you for staying true to this channel. Today, we'll be talking about how to avoid unhealthy competition in marriage. So many, some relationship are in competition. All the spouses are in competition with each other, and once this happens, there's no unity of purpose. There's no unity of purpose, so you can't really go far. You may even think you're going far, but there's a limit to your going far. It's just like you have a monkey and you tie a chain around its waist. It can't go beyond the circumference of the rope that is tied around its waist. So there's actually much more that your relationship can achieve. There's actually much more that you people can achieve. But because there's no unity of purpose, there's always conflict. There's always this zeal that I'm running my race, run your race. It limits what we can actually achieve. So we're here to tell you points that can help you to avoid unhealthy competition in marriage.
Yes, we are talking today about unhealthy competition in marriage. And the first thing is, what is competition? When you are in a race with someone to outshine someone.
Simple.
Yeah.
That's what competition is.
Just it. You want to outshine the other person. That is competition. And when it becomes unhealthy, it now brings strife, it brings disagreement, it brings disunity in the family. And that is what we don't want.
Because everything is just about you.
Yeah, and that is what we don't want. We don't want unhealthy competition in our home. And the first thing we are going to talk about is always seek each other's opinion. Yes, you have a project you want to handle, you have something you want to do. Always bring it to the table to discuss. Don't feel the other person have nothing to say. No, everyone have one or two things to say. You might have 1 point to say, I might have 2 points to say, and by the time we bring them together, it might be faster for us in achieving that which we want to do. So always bring the matter to the table for discussion. Don't shut the other person down. It is not healthy in marriage. Always learn to hear the other person's opinion when you want to achieve a particular feat. And that's what the Bible says in the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 4 verse 9 to 10. It said 2 are better than 1 because they get reward for their labor. 2 are always better than 1. If not, the Bible wouldn't have said so. So always learn to bring your ideas together.
To work together to achieve things.
It takes 2 to tango. So always learn to listen to each other when you want to achieve a particular feat.
Even when the idea of the other person is not good enough, there's a way you can dismiss it.
You can fight on it.
But this person will still know you're carrying me along in this thing. So let's work together, and everybody will put in their energy, put in their strength in making sure that this thing is achieved, because we are working together. The ideas are being bet together. Someone bet the idea, but we fine-tune it together, adjusted everything together. So there's this unity of purpose. We need to achieve this.
Yep.
And another thing that also helps to avoid unhealthy competition is setting realistic goals and working together to achieve it. The Bible says in the book of Luke chapter 14 verse 28, and I'm going to read, it says, suppose one of you wants to build a tower. Will he not first sit down and estimate the cost to see if he has enough money to complete it? So one of the things that will help you avoid unhealthy competition is making sure you set realistic goals. I know there are big dreamers. There are people who dream big, who dream this. But once people are having recurrent failures in achieving their goals, and you're bringing some things, there's this tendency to feel that this person only thinks about himself in marriage. He's not even bothered. Like, there's 1 million, I want to go and do this. I take the whole of the 1 million, because this person feels that your dreams are not achievable, they are not realistic. In the first place, you've not even carried them along. So they are going to have a problem with you spending the whole of finance on that. So when you set realistic goals, sit down together, estimate, plan, do your checks and balances. It will now help you know, okay, this thing is workable. Then you now work together as a team. The Bible says, can you build a tower without counting the cost first? So this should, if you work together, counting the cost, doing things together, it's going to help you. Like, want to have a child now. I'm pregnant and I'm saying I'm not going to any other hospital except that hospital, and the other hospital is very expensive, and this other person is not in agreement with you, or you just decided by yourself, maybe as a woman, you just went to that hospital, you don't even have enough financial capacity, and you're now roping in the other person. There's always that tendency for this person to feel that everything about in this relationship is just about you. There's no consideration for the other person. So let's be realistic in our goals and work together to achieve those goals.
Yeah, I like the fact that it's talk about realistic goals. Be realistic in setting your goals. Don't go beyond your budget. Don't go beyond your budget when you are setting your goals. Always check what is coming in. Check your income and check what you want to do. Are they in line with each other? If your project is bigger, way bigger than your income, you have to sit down.
You put the whole family into hunger.
You have to sit down again and streamline it to fit into your budget
and fit into the family lifestyle.
Yeah, thank you. Then the next one we are talking about is watching each other's back. This is talking about weaknesses and strength. My weakness might be your strength.
Yeah.
Your weakness might be my strength.
And God has a way of even matching these things. Somebody's weakness, where this person is being not meeting up, is where you're very good at, and where I'm not good at, that's where this other person is very good at.
Yeah, I will use myself as an example in this matter.
Someone is not me.
I'm not good with money. I'm the type that spend a lot. Yeah, I can be working. I don't go for window shopping, as they say it. There was a day. Let me use this as an example. There was a day we went to what's the name again?
Yeah.
This shoe shop.
Clarks.
So I saw a shoe there. The shoe is just £50, and I'm like, let me get this shoe. It's beautiful. She refused. Because why? Because we have set a goal, and we must not pass that budget for that week. She refused. Imagine what she told me. She asked me to go and look for extra shift.
Yeah, because I said for this week we have a budget, and if you spend that £50, it's going to go beyond that budget. So go and look for extra shift to buy your shoe.
Look for extra shift. I could buy the shoe. And believe me, that I didn't buy the shoe because she doesn't want us to go beyond the budget for the week.
And you could work with it because we've agreed on it.
I agree with it because it's what we agreed on. So I can't be angry because of that. So that is what we are talking. If you know that this is your weakness, always learn to allow your spouse to help you in that. If that is our area of strength, or that is his area of strength. So your weakness and your strength should be put into consideration when you are dealing with unhealthy competition in marriage.
Sorry, let me just peep in. And this is where you have to learn to do a pep talk with yourself. Learning to understand your strength and your weakness. Some people don't do self-appraisal. So they don't know what they are good at and what they are not good at. So when the other person is coming in, it's like you're attacking me. It's like, this is it, this is that. But when, like, you know what I'm good at and what I'm not good at. So when you're talking about it, I can just like, you understand? So it doesn't bring a problem. But when you don't learn to do a self-appraiser to know that this is actually a weakness, it's still going to cause problem. So you must learn to do self-appraisal. You can even tell your spouse, where do you think are my area of strength and weakness? If you don't know, they can list them out for you. Then you think over it and see, oh, actually, this is true. This is true. Oh, this may not be true. Then you talk it over. So learn to do self-appraisal if you want this point to actually work for your goal.
Another thing I will have to say on this point is my wife is the type that sleep late. I sleep early and I'm an early riser. But she's not an early riser. And I cover up in that aspect. I don't wait for her in the morning and say, ah, she's still sleeping, let me too continue to sleep. Why would she be sleeping by this time? No, because sometimes when she's awake at night, she's not awake watching movies. She's not awake.
Movie person.
She's not awake on social media. No, she's awake in the night, maybe doing one or two things that will benefit the family. So it's expected of me when I wake up in the morning to also cover up in that aspect, wake up the kids, prepare them for school, and take them to school. So that is what we are talking about when we say watching each other's back. Always learn to cover up for each other in the area of weakness. So that is what we are saying about this point. The Bible says in Ecclesiastes chapter 4 verse 10, it said, for if they fall, that's talking about two are better than one. If one fall, the other can lift him up or her up. But if that one is alone, then when they fall, no one will lift the other up. So learn to watch each other's back to avoid unhealthy competition in marriage.
And I must put a caveat here that when we talk about weaknesses, there are some weaknesses that you actually need to work on.
Yeah.
Because no matter how they try to cover up for you, is detrimental to the progress of the home. Not saying this is who I am. Just like you said in the last video.
This is who I am.
This is who
marry me because of
this is who I am. This is who I am. But this weakness of yours is detrimental to the progress of the home. So there are weaknesses that even life itself expects you to grow and evolve. Grow and evolve. Life is learning is a continuous thing. You never stop. So there are things that you need to work on yourself to also improve, even if though it is a weakness. Like even the childcare is you're talking about. Now I've beefed up because at times it's not even available. Not like way back home that I can. At times it's not even available. 5 a.m. it can be awake. I am not awake 5 a.m. So there are weaknesses, just a caveat, that you need to work on and not base life on this is my weakness, this is who I am. Okay, so I'm going to talk about consulting significant others. And the book of Proverbs chapter 15 verse 22 says, plans go wrong for lack of advice. Many counselors bring success. Why am I saying this? Some spouses do not want to work with their spouse because they are always having recurrent failures at things, ideas, or projects. Your ideas are always failing. Your ideas are always not successful. And every time the family is at a standpoint because of you. So there's that tendency not to want to work with you. It becomes a competition. I want to do this. No, you cannot do this. I want to do this. You cannot do it. So the Bible says we should learn to take advice from people. By wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, God will direct you to significant people. Like you want to do a building project or you want to go into a business, consult people who are successful in that field. Consult people who are successful in that area. So they can tell you the pitfalls. They can tell you the pitfalls. People used to say that experience is the best knowledge, but there are experiences that can take you backward in life.
Yes.
There are experiences that you shouldn't even go through, that you should learn from those that have gone ahead of you.
Yeah.
So when we talk about consulting significant others, it's going to also help you guys avoid unhealthy competition, because once you want to do a thing, you take it to people who have succeeded in that area, or before you come to agreement, or it's something we should venture to. There are people that want to do foodstuff business. You hear people say, don't do foodstuff business in this area. I have done it before. These are the loopholes. So if you want to actually now do it, you can now have to twerk it or something to make you guys succeed at it. Or you go learn from people, do your visibility study. So once you learn to consult significant others, the Bible even affirms it, that having many counselors brings success. Proverbs 24 verse 6 says, so don't go to war without wise guidance. Victory depends on having many counselors. So, and life itself is a battlefield. Life itself is a war zone. Even people used to say that your survival from the womb is a war zone. There were millions of spermatozoa who are running towards one egg. Only one succeeded. Many of them perch around the egg. Only one succeeded in becoming you. So life itself is a war zone. But success can be achieved in life in the midst and advice of wise counsel. When you get foolish counsel, you know.
Yes.
It's just that you yourself, you've decided to do it. That's why you are acting it. Some actions we do, we know it is wrong, but we just want to do it.
Yep. So the last point we are going to talk about today is develop a good listening skills. Develop a good listening skills. This part is very, very important.
Yeah.
It's very, very important, because if you cannot listen to the other person, how will you even know if what the person is talking about can yield results? Just like she said earlier on, that sometimes you don't want to take advice or ideas from your spouse, because maybe he or she have given one before and it failed, and because of that, when you want to do something and they say, babe, can we go this way? You are like, no, we cannot. You have not even listened to what he or she is trying to say. So
because you are biased.
Yes, you're already biased.
You're already biased because against the person's judgment or sense of reasoning.
Yeah, because of past experience. No, even though he or she might have given you an idea before that failed, always learn to listen. Who knows, this one that is giving you might be the one that will be
the eye opener you just need.
And sometimes, even if someone is giving you an idea, you might not even need to take the idea as it is. You might take the idea, brush it up, polish it, and by the time you are done with that, you'll be amazed by the results that will come out from there. So always learn to listen to each other. Always learn to listen to each other. No matter what the person wants to say, learn to listen. Learn to listen. This is very, very important.
So, with these few points of us, we hope we've been able to convince you that that there's much more to your marriage. Your marriage can achieve more only if you decide to work together as God ordained it, as God has planned it, as God has proposed it. Your marriage can work. Your marriage will work. Thank you, and have a nice time.
See you some other time.
Bye.